Alright, welcome to our fourth THB battle report. Here we have the Wood Elves versus the Warriors of Chaos. This is a rough game, but it actually ends up to be a really fun one. I enjoy playing the Warriors because it presents a new challenge for my army. So here's an overview of the board. As you see on the left, we have that same portal. On the bottom is dangerous terrain. You cannot go straight through the vortex. And on the right, you see that serves as our board edge because 500 points do not need the whole board. You just have a bunch of fast calv running around. So here's Wood Elf deployment. Really basic because he doesn't have any range. So I put my units in the forest as far back as they can. My Eternal Guard a little bit bumped up just in case he wants to charge me, and I can flank him with my Weathered Rangers, as I've explained before. And my archers shooting away in the back. Here's the Warriors of Chaos deployment. So he has a unit of 7 that are Khorne with shield, and he has a unit of 8 that are Nurgle with shield, and then a hero inside the Nurgle. That's the unmarked Chaos painted one, and then 2 units of Warhounds with no upgrades. So Wood Elves get turn 1. I shift my archers over just a tiny little bit to get a better angle on his warriors. And hopefully I'm going for 10 shots on True Flight, wounding on 5s, really just kind of whipping out some -1s. Alright, so I do no wounds in my shooting phase, so we just skip straight to Warriors turn 1. So here's his movement phase, and of course Warriors just fly up because they need to be in combat, and everything literally goes march straight forward. Wood Elf turn 2, I panic a little bit, but I just kind of shift my archers back a little bit, and I prepare for another shooting phase. I'm starting to realize that I need to start moving my archers earlier and put them on separate sides so I don't put all my archers on one bucket, I guess. So here's Warriors next turn. This is when I noticed that I made a crucial mistake, that my archers are kind of back there without any kind of defense because I've got all my melee units in the forest. But the dogs, I'm not too worried about because it always strikes first in the initiative. Next Wood Elf turn, I throw my archers straight back as far as they can go, and I move out of the forest because I want him to move in, because that's a fear-causing forest, and the Wildwood Rangers, as you guys know, get double attacks in the forest, and at Strength 5, that's pretty good. Okay, so my first unit of archers shoots, and I roll all my hits, and then not only that, but I roll every single one of my wounds, so that's 5 for 5, and I kill 5 dogs straight up. Luckily, the Warriors don't panic because immune to psychology, but there's my other unit of archers, trying to compare to the other unit. They only kill 1, which is kind of depressing because I was hoping for another 5 for 5, and get all hyped up. Oh, and I don't think the Nurgle Warriors are immune to psychology. They just pass their panic. Here's the Warriors next turn. They decide not to move into my forest because never would move into a Wood Elf's forest, as almost all of my opponents have said. The dogs move around trying to get into those archers in the flank, and the Warriors kind of shift over to the left and the right. Here's the Eternal Guard on my turn, shoving into the Warriors, really hoping to take out some of them. I totally forgot that my unit did not have a champion. As you will soon see, he's going to bait out my hero with his champion, which really wastes the turn of my big attacks. And then here's a picture of the rest of my Wood Elf movement. I try to block my archers with my Wildwood Rangers. I block one unit successfully, and he doesn't want to come into my forest, as every opponent doesn't, which is usual. My shooting takes out another 2 dogs, because I'm not sure why, but I'm never going to be able to get another 5 for 5 dog shot, but that probably was the best moment of my game, or the past few games at least, if you guys have been keeping updated. They fail their panic test, and they run off the board. I think this is one of the best things about Wood Elves, is that I have the ability to take fast cavalry, or the chaff that the opponent has, shoot off a fraction of them, and then have them panic off the board. It's a good advantage. So we go into combat. As you can see, the one Chaos Warrior was killed by my general, and then he goes to town on my unit and kills 5, and I think I wound once, but he saves that on a 4-up because his armor save is amazing, say none the least. This is him charging my back unit of archers that I told you about before that was trapped, and I stand and shoot, and I kill one. What do you know? I defy all the odds. These guys have an amazing armor save just like the other ones because they both have shields. And this is the same combat, but since I didn't have the champion baiting my general, I kill 3 with my champion, 1 with the Eternal Guard because he keeps failing his armor saves. He only kills 2 back and he flees. I fail to overrun, as you see. So here's the next turn for Wood Elves. I just turn everything around. I take my 5 archers that were next to the other archers. I move them forward, hoping to pick off that one warrior because I don't want him running away or trying to, reform on double ones. So here's the next warrior charge. He's going to come in and he gets stand and shot at again, losing another one of his number, which is really, really good for me. Oh no, this was my shooting phase, not standing shoot. This is my shooting phase. This is the warrior charge. So he charges that unit of Glade Guard, and there's no hope. If I get a wound through, that'd be great. But on the way in, they do lose another one of their numbers, so at least I'm taking out, I think it's 20 points of warrior with me. And as I've predicted, I completely whiff all my attacks because I hit on 5s, wound on 5s, and he has a 3-up. And then his hero, I think, kills all 4 of them, and then one warrior just decides to kick one in the face and ends his life. Don't even need to overrun, so he reforms. This is my next turn. I decide to back up all of my units into the forest. I take my general out of the Eternal Guard and into my Wildwood Rangers because I can see the impending doom of them. I keep forgetting their Nurgle. And that guy, that guy that I left over there, I was going to shoot, he survived for 2 turns of shooting, and then he just ran off the board because I guess he didn't really want any of that, which was sad because I wanted the glory of shooting him. It's kind of nice to shoot a Chaos Warrior. So this is the next warrior's turn. He fails the 9-inch charge, and he just trundles up a little bit. Yep, this was nice, so I can get another round of shooting in. Wood Elves and their shooting is kind of what they're known for. I'm hoping that he fails some dangerous terrain on the end too. That'd be great. So I whiff complete with my shooting, as you guys would probably assume. And so he comes into my forest, and he fails 1 dangerous terrain, which is great, because that means he loses his rank of full models, and I still have mine, which is going to give me some pretty high advantage, as you see. Just kidding. He demolishes all 4 of my Wildwood Rangers. I completely whiff back because he baited out my general again, and I didn't kill him because his armor saves are awesome, and I can't seem to roll pretty good. I declared the 3-up ward save dance with my Shadow Dancer so I can get a good defensive. So I take my Eternal Guard into the flank, praying for combat resolution. I purely do this because if I can get all of his points off the board, this would be a really good step in the right direction for my army and just kind of encourage me not to give up on my melee Wood Elf list. Nope. He destroys another 5 of my Wildwood Rangers easily. My general does not kill that blasted champion for the last freaking time. And then the Eternal Guard whiff completely and don't get any luck because they're Eternal Guard fighting a warrior. Okay, this is a problem. So he kills all my Wildwood Rangers. He kills all but 1 of my Eternal Guard. Since Eternal Guard are stubborn even down to the last man, he holds, my general flees, I get away, and the game ends. So this is the remainder of what completely survived at the end of the game. I had my unit of Eternal Guard represented by my single banner bearer. Both of our generals survived, his large unit of warriors survived, and my Glade Guard survived. The points came up to 315 to 313 for a Wood Elves 2-point quote-unquote victory. Due to the Warhammer rulebook, this is actually a draw. So here's the game overview. The Nurgle plus shield combination is unbelievable. If you're in combat with that unit, do not expect anything better than 1 or 2 wounds maximum. Because of their 3-up armor save combined with hitting on usually 5s because of their weapon skill 5, it is amazing. And the Eternal Guard being stubborn. Oh, that is probably one of the best things about being Wood Elves. Alright, so thanks for watching our 4th battle report. Comment, subscribe, like, hate us, do anything. Just show us that you exist. Talking to a computer screen is pretty boring. It helps. Thank you for support. Get hammered.